and I hope you will enjoy it. The first speaker is Maciej Borówka, and he's a regionate coordinator of student activities. All right, Maciej, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Vinko. Welcome, everybody. I'm very happy that we are here today. We have a very unfortunate time currently due to the coronavirus issues, so we could not meet in face-to-face. So I hope that this virtual SYP will be a replacement opportunity for our typical regionate SYP. So I would like to give you an overview how many different student groups that we have in the Region 8. So we have over 669 student branches, 146 student branch affinity groups. Those are IEEE affinity groups. We have also 425 student branch chapters and 10 IEEE HKN. It's a Kappa-Nu honor society of IEEE. And this is the Region 8. So we are the largest region. We have over 100 countries. And here is the amazing Region 8 Student Activities Committee team. So we consist of 13 people. And we are trying and we are doing our best to allow you to have all of those benefits and get you all the tangible information that we have about the student activities. We're helping organize those cross-sectional congresses, those big congresses. We are handling the awards. We are handling and preparing some contests. And we are actually transferring all of the information that we are getting from the hire, actually from Elisa, from the MG SAC, which consists of all 10 regions. There is a lot of challenges that we have in the Region 8 because we are so large. So the different countries have different problems, but I believe that right now the most important problem is lockdown and it's coronavirus threat. I hope that you and your families are safe, and I hope you will stay healthy. And in the following days, especially on the Saturday and Sunday, when we plan the SAC session, we will tell you everything that you want to know about the student activities in Region 8. And just to give you a pretty quick overview, so we are responsible for all of the areas, but actually the activities of the student branches are governed by the sections, but the student activities committee chairs and section student representatives. I hope that you have one. If not, if your section don't have one, please contact with us. We will try to help you with that. And the most important part, the benefits and the larger overview will be actually divided into the parts in the next few days. So please set your schedule for this Saturday and this Sunday. We are preparing some small contests, and we will share with you everything that you want to know. If there is anything that you want us to cover, and please just write now in the chat, and we will be happy to answer those questions later this week and also the next week. So As you know, there is a lot of questions about the Region 8 Congress in Sweden. As you realize, due to the coronavirus, we could not have it in Gothenburg. So actually, this virtual SYP, it's not the replacement. Actually, the decision about the Region 8 SYP in Gothenburg, it's still pending. The decision will be made basing on the current COVID-19 situation and how it will go. But we keep our fingers crossed to have this face-to-face meeting in the next year, if possible. But everything depends on the COVID. And this is how we get to the virtual SYP. So first of all, I would really like to thank Gerard and the whole Gothenburg team that we spent a lot of time and prepare this amazing meeting in Gothenburg that we actually could not launch. But thank you once again, Gerard, and everybody that is involved. So this is like a small teaser, and I believe that the more information, the more interesting right now will be said by Elisa about the MGA. SAC, MGA, Student Activities Committee. MGA stands for Member Geographic Activities, and Elisa is responsible for all of the students. So we are only responsible for 20,000 students in Region 8, and Elisa is responsible for whole 100, all over 100. Yep. Thank you. Vinko? Okay, so I'm still on the screen. Okay, guys, so there is we can start about some about some possible awards. So actually, we are planning the award ceremony for 26th of September. That will be the last day. We are actually finishing grading. The exemplary student branch awards. I hope that we will make it on time. Actually, the virtual SYP it's before the original deadline when the awards will be announced. So we are doing our best to give those results before the 26th. We will see. And there is a lot of other stuff that we are currently working on, and we hope that we will be actually on time. Vinko, can we give the screen to the Elisa that she will tell us something more about the MGA SAC and the global student activities?
Am I live now? Are we good?
Yes, you're live.
Okay, great.
Welcome,
well,
Elisa.
It's a real honor to be here. When Maciej asked me if I wanted to speak to you in Gothenburg, I was really, really looking forward to that. I'm happy to do this instead, although I would love to have been in Gothenburg instead. And I've prepared some slides, and I'm not sure quite how we share the slides. There we go, share screen. Too many video sources. Won't let me share screen. The host has to remove something. Gerard? I can't share my screen. It won't let me share my screen.
Okay.
There are too many video sources, it says. I think Magic Screen is still being shared.
Okay. Please try it right now.
There we go. Entire
Sorry.
screen. Yep,
Okay.
we're good. Share. And share the screen. Working on it. There we go. So I'm the chair of IEEE students, and I'm really happy to be able to speak to you with the Region 8 Student Young Professionals Congress. My name's Elisa Barney Smith, and you can reach me, and when my term is done in December, starting in January, this email will go to the next SAC chair. So it's a good resource for people to have to know how to reach the leadership for student activities. We are here for you. Magic gave a little bit of an overview of things. Generally, we consider students to be about 120,000 students, both undergraduate and graduate student members, with around 80,000 undergraduates and 48,000 graduate student members. And the graduate student members are also part of young professionals. So there's overlap, and that's kind of why a lot of these congresses mixed together. And we're over 100 countries and over 3,000 institutions. And next year, one of the big focus items is going to be how we can transition students to higher grade membership and activity within young professionals after you graduate, if you do not go on to grad school, and for those after graduates, after grad school. But I want to bring to your attention that the real numbers as of the end of last week are much lower, and a lot of that's because people during COVID did not renew their membership. IEEE did not send out membership renewal aggressive follow-up emails. So our numbers right now for students are significantly lower. And in Region 6, these are the current numbers as of last week. In Region 8, as of last week, membership numbers are quite a ways down. So there's a little bit of room to be followed in picking things up from here. I think Region 8, among all the regions, is very, very aware that IEEE is a worldwide organization. I'm here in Region 6, Western United States. And right now, if you've heard on the news about all the fires, we don't have any in Idaho, but the valley where I live is getting all sorts of smoke coming out of California and Oregon into where I'm living here in Idaho. So the weather forecast today is smoky. There's Region 8, our wonderful Region 8 picture that Magic sent me last year of your Congress that you've had. And I was really looking forward to attending, but I'm hoping that you'll be having another one soon, and maybe I'll be able to attend as past chair. IEEE Student Activities is where your voice is on the upper management level of IEEE. And we have the mission to deliver a common, high-quality IEEE student membership experience globally for lifelong professional success through IEEE membership. Being a student member should be the first step in your membership, not the last step in your membership. And I want to build on that mission to say that really what we're trying to help you with is helping you to remain technically current through making you aware of educational resources and programs that IEEE offers, helping you to expand your network beyond your school. While school may be your primary focus while you're a student, there is life beyond your school, and we're hoping to help you expand your network beyond your school. And we're hoping that you'll realize that IEEE can become your professional home, where if you say that you're an engineer, that this is your society that represents you and helps to be part of your identity as an engineer or computer scientist. Student Activities offers lots of programs, and the reason we offer them is strictly for you, is trying to make your membership experience better. And I'll go through some of these programs that we offer. Through our webpage, I hope that you'll take a look at our webpage. We've got a lot of information on our webpage for all of you, and all student members should be visiting it about once a month, and student leaders more frequently than that. You can see there a link to the Potentials magazine, a list of opportunities for students. We offer all sorts of different opportunities, and tells you what our upcoming webinar is. And we'll be having a webinar later this week on the IEEE Extreme Programming Contest. So we've got the Potentials magazine, which all student members get for free, included in your membership. Once you stop being a student membership, your free subscription will end, but you can sign up and pay for a subscription when you renew your membership beyond being a student or graduate student member. And there's lots of great articles in here, really targeted to students. The SAC chair sits on the board of the Potentials magazine, and I write an article for that every issue. And we also have a student editor who also writes an editorial for every issue. IEEE offers lots of contests. Micromouse is the most visible of them, but we have web page contests, photo contests, hackathons. Extreme is the most visible, and we're coming up with a list of them, which is posted on our website and should be live anytime now, showing you all the opportunities for contests offered either on the region level or through various societies within IEEE. So there's lots of options, but make sure you know about IEEE Extreme, which is coming up. We're almost at 10,000 students. We're hoping we can beat that this year. Because this is a virtual contest, it's going to continue on, but the proctoring will just be a little bit different because we don't need you to be physically together with your proctor. It's a great opportunity. We hope to get lots of participation from Region 8. And this is coming up in October 24. Look for them on IEEE Collaboratech and Facebook to get more information. And remember, there's a webinar coming up later this week that will give you some of the backside, what's going on behind the scenes to bring Collaboratech, to bring Extreme to you. So take a look at that, see if you can fit that in your schedule, mixed in with your wonderful Region 8 Student Young Professional Congress. Competitions, membership, get a member. You can convince people to join. You can get discounts on your future dues. Photo contests, and IEEE Day is also coming up. Sooner than Extreme is IEEE Day at the beginning of October. So see what you can get with your student branch together and what activities you can plan for that, even if you're virtual. There's awards for being a student branch, being a student member. So make sure you get those awards on your radar. And in February is the deadline for them. And we get lots of super people. You should all be recognized. So help recognize your student branch and the people who help you. IEEE has a few scholarships. So take a look for these. There's some other ones, but these are the most visible ones that we've got. And IEEE is really good at providing educational resources. And I really want to bring your attention to the IEEE Learning Library. I think that the ILN is one of the best things to come out of IEEE in several years, although our new Virtual Speakers Bureau, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, I think may just top that. The ILN has a bunch of short courses and webinars and all sorts of information, and it's collecting them from across IEEE. IEEE with 39 professional societies has all sorts of materials that's been produced, and here's the place where they're all brought together under one umbrella to share with the IEEE world. Some of them are free, some you get a reduced price on as an IEEE member. But the big thing with the ILN is that they're all in one place. So if you're working on a project and you need to get some background information, it's a good place to go. If you're about to start a new job and you want to show up at an interview with some more background on your field, it's a good place to go and get some background information. And just if you just generally like to learn, which I hope all of you do, it's a good place to get information for that. The student professional activities is another part that we've got within student activities, where if you want to have a little bit larger conference within your student branch, sorry, my boyfriend's cell phone. That if you want to have something more than just a one seminar, go to student professional activities. We've brought regions 1 through 6 together with regions 7 through 10 and under this umbrella, and you can have a virtual conference or eventually go back to having an in-person conference. It's a great thing. We're still waiting for your region director to appoint the region coordinator for this program for Region 8, but I'm sure that'll be coming very soon. And as I mentioned, one of the best things we've come up with in student activities is the Virtual Speakers Bureau, which has been very, very popular, more popular than I expected it would be, but that's a good thing. This is chaired by Simai Acker, who's from Region 8. And I don't know where Region 8 gets its volunteers, because Region 8 has the most energetic volunteers I've ever seen. So kudos to all of you. It's a great opportunity to invite people into your branch. We talk about IEEE being a global network. Well, here is where that global network is really visible, where you can actually see people who are connected with IEEE, and you can invite somebody from around the world into your student branch virtually through Zoom or any of the other platforms that are available to talk to your student branches live, real time. And we've got lists of people with lots and lots of topics. And as important for Region 8, those speakers are available in many languages. Not every talk in every language, but we've got people in many, and please encourage professionals you know around you to sign up, and we're looking to add more languages. I think we've got talks in 15 different languages available right now, and we're adding new talks every week. There's new talks coming in onto our list, and they show up here on our website. So take a look at that, and I encourage your student branches to ask for speakers and schedule some of them right in there. Thank you, Simai, for heading up this effort. And as you're looking forward into 2020, even though we're towards the end of 2020, moving on, the start of the school year is coming up for many universities in the Northern Hemisphere. It's the time for you to be planning, to assess what the status of your student branch is, identify goals for what you're going to do in the coming year, plan activities of what you're going to do for the coming year, and make sure you actually have a plan for those activities and not just simply say you're going to have them. And reach out to your local section for support. As you're looking at your student branches, how many true members do you have? How many people are actually attending your events? And are you satisfying your members' needs? Membership has been dropping because of COVID, because nobody's asked, but we need to see whether you're meeting those needs. And you can still do that virtually, so look and see what's available. Make sure your officers are trained and up to your roles. You've got Magic available for a lot of things, but IEEE has other opportunities as well. Magic is a power user of IEEE OU Analytics. Ask him if you've got questions and need help with it, but it's a tool that every student branch leader should be looking at to find out what the status is of your student branch, as far as membership numbers and breakdown of those people. All student branches have access to a regional student activity chair and a regional student rep. And in Region 8, you've got a great team with Magic and George. Reach out to them. They're there for you, and they are extremely knowledgeable, and they'll be a great help for all of you. So thank you both, because you're wonderful parts of our SAC team. New student branch chairs. If you're coming new into the job, make sure you're getting your IEEE account set up, you're reading your job description, helping with the transition, and over here with checking out the actual policies are things that Magic is really, really good at helping you with. And check out our Center for Leadership Excellence as a place to help get some background tutorials on what you need to do for your job. Identify your goals. Are you going to try and increase membership? Are you going to have more meetings? Try some new activities? What is it you want to do in this coming academic year? Look at what you're going to do for membership recruiting. And then plan how you're going to get your activities going. When you have an activity, do you always talk about membership to non-members and trying to convince them to come up and become members? What is your pitch for why they should become members? Do you divide up the planning labor so that you're able to spread the work out among a larger committee, or is it a one-man or one-woman show in your student branches? It's a lot better if you divide it up, get more people involved. They can benefit as well as sharing the work. And again, check out our website to see all the new programs we've got going. Get familiar with all of them. And as you're looking ahead to this year, it may not be typical because everything is remote, but that doesn't mean you have to come to a stop. Just like your Congress here is being held virtually, lots of other events can be done virtually. And think about what's going to happen, how useful are those various events. I attended the leadership meeting for the student branch at my university last week, and they're talking about having a few fun activities. So they're looking at what can they do for online video games to have fun and connect their members together other than just having technical tutorials and speakers. IEEE can be fun, doesn't have to all be work. And a lot of stuff still can be done virtually. So you do not need to shut down just because you cannot meet in person. So look at lots of ideas, and I'm sure you can brainstorm even more ideas about things that you can do virtually. And I'll give Magic and Gerard a copy of these slides, which they can distribute to the rest of you. And as you're working on your plans, make sure that you're planning them. How are you going to reach out to the current members to get them to attend? How are you going to reach out to people who are not members to get them involved? And how are you going to get more people involved in running your activity? List your events in vTools. Let your section members know what you're doing. It's really good to connect to your local section. That's the networking at its finest. They're there for you. Let them know that you exist. I had the great opportunity to talk to the Turkey section at their event a couple weeks ago. And at that event, they had, I think, 80 different student branches there and a lot of involvement from the section leaders. And I'm sure there's other examples in Region 8 where your section is very happy to interact with you. So connect with them, get involved with them, and make sure that they're aware of what you're doing. Invite them to attend, not just to speak, but some of the events that you have might be of interest to section leaders and section members. You don't need to depend on them to provide things to you. You can backfeed and give information and events to them. And again, the big thing, have fun, make new friends. It's a great thing. I've had a wonderful 2 years being SAC chair. My term is done in December, but then I'll be past chair. And I've met so many wonderful people through this job. And you can do that through your student branch. And then if you stay active in IEEE after graduation, there's plenty more opportunities for you to meet more people, and really this is a wonderful thing. Here's a list of resources. Again, I'll make the slides available, but this is just one place to put them all available for you. And repeating again, check out our student website. This is where you'll find lots of information about lots of useful things. You can find about the student branches, membership benefits, opportunities for student branches and students, and how you can volunteer and get more involved, and who else is volunteering to help make your life as a student member even better. Contests, the photo contest and IEEE Day that's coming up, please participate. And here's what's going on with IEEE Day, just coming up real soon. They're having a photo and 60-second innovation video contest. So I hope all of you will be submitting something. And I want to remind you about those student numbers, the fact that we're actually down a little while, and this is where you're at. So it's an opportunity for you to work to try and overcome that. You got a lot of makeup to do because of COVID, but you're a really wonderful group of people, and I'm sure that you can really do something if you really put your minds on it in this coming year. Places to connect with IEEE through the Global Student Exchange and Collaboratech. Lots of things on the student channel and IEEE TV, including our SAC webinars, and we have our students' Facebook account. Please keep in touch with us. We'd love to hear more. I follow the Collaboratech, not Facebook, so I'd love to see posts here in the Global Student Exchange about what your student branches are doing. Posts saying you've got something coming, posts saying how wonderful it was, and give hints to other student branches about things that they can do, because this is where people can get ideas. IEEE has a wonderful support staff, and they're there to serve you. So if you need help, you can contact them if you're having troubles filling out forms. Remember, your student plans are due February 1st. Get those in. And I don't know if this platform is set up for questions, but I'm available to answer questions if there are any.
Well, thank you, Elisa, for the very nice presentation. There will be a lot of content in this Congress, and we are a little bit behind the schedule, I would say. So
That's fine.
thank you very much for your presentation. It's not easy to get together this way in the technical world, in the virtual world, but so far I think we're doing really well. So I'm just gonna sign off a little bit, and I'm gonna give a talk to Abdul Latif Ali from Nigeria, and he will announce you the next speaker. So Abdul,
Great.
please.
Thank you again for inviting me.
It was a pleasure.
Go after you. Are you off?
Hello? Can you hear me, everyone? Okay, great. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I think, yeah, my screen is shared. So good evening, everyone. My name is Wafa bin Hmida, and I'm a member of IEEE Regionate Women in Engineering Committee. I can hear that voice. Hello?
Go ahead, Wafa.
Okay. So I thought that you need to present something in the beginning. Yeah. So first of all, I would like to welcome you all to the IEEE Regionate Virtual Student and Young Professional Congress from the Regionate Women in Engineering team. So as you can see here, we have all the members, the chair, the past chair, the members, and the corresponding members. We have a geographically diverse team who works hard to facilitate our members and activities in the region during this opening remarks. I'm going actually to take you through an introduction to women engineering, our activities, and also what you can expect from the women engineering track in this Congress. So it will make it easy for you to know all our speakers, which are going to be in these tracks, and all our topics. So I'm going to start with introduction of IEEE Women in Engineering, which is the large organizational unit within IEEE with a focus on promoting women engineering and inspiring girls to follow STEM careers, and especially the young girls as well. So within Regionate, we have, as you can see here, 43 women engineering affinity groups at section level, and 124 student affinity groups and student in branch. So if your section or student branch does not have a WIE affinity group, then please get in touch with us, that we can help you in informing one, and we can guide you as well. So that would be very good. And we have numerous benefits of women engineering membership. So we have some here written, which includes access to networking forums, conferences, travel grants, awards, our magazines, and much more than that. So you can see here there is a lot of things to look at, but most importantly, that both men and women can become members of women engineering. So it's women engineering, but it doesn't focus justly on women. So men and women, they can be a member. Also, one more thing, if you're not aware about this one, especially the students, that the membership is free for students. So I think everyone who is student needs to take advantage of this, be a member, and just try to participate in women engineering and with their student branch or any. Also, for professional members, it's just $25. So I think it's not that much, something big. But yeah, so within Region 8, our focus is on affinity group vitality, our presence and engagement, improved active participant in various forums, and continuous contact with our members. Therefore, our key objective in 2019 and 2020 have been focused on improved engagement within active affinity groups, revitalizing dormant affinity groups, and creating new affinity groups. So we have also been increasing awareness about our awards and participating in more Region 8 flagship events. So now I will give you a quick overview of women engineering program and awards. So the first one is START program, is the WIE START program, which this program encourages our affinity group to organize more pre-university events to encourage more girls into STEM fields and everyone. So not just that. Also, we have the next one, which is the Coffee Talk. So this program is where we encourage affinity group to hold a small, like a round table or online discussion on technical or non-technical topics. So it's up to you, and especially in this situation with our COVID situation, I will encourage everyone for online discussion. And yeah, so lastly, the last program, which is a mentorship program, where we encourage holding localized mentorship programs in your section. So if you are interested in organizing a mentorship program, then please get in touch with us and we will be able to guide you and help you with that. And I just want to mention one more thing, that Region 8 also has a general mentorship program. So if anyone wants to know more about this one and more details, I will encourage everyone to attend the session, which will be held in 17th September by Professor Nihal Sinadurai. So if anyone wants more detail, I think he's going to talk about this and it will be useful for everyone. Yeah, so now I will be talking about the awards. So we have numbers of awards to recognize active volunteers and affinity groups. And the most prestigious one is the Clementina Sadu Awards, which recognize our outstanding women in STEM. And also we have much more, so there is here some listed awards. We have the Region 8 Outstanding Women in Engineering Volunteer Awards, the Region 8 WIE Affinity Group of the Year Awards, and Region 8 Outstanding WIE Student Volunteer Award, and lastly, Region 8 WIE Student Branch Affinity Group of the Year. So yeah, this is all this is all our awards, and it's available more with detailed in our website. So the deadline of the awards usually is in February 2021. So just go for it and check the website. You'll get more information. So here I'm going to present some information about the WIE track during the VSYP. So we have put together an excellent program for you, starting the 17th September, which it's a plenary session on women in leadership, which going to be presented by Bozena. She's the past present global IEEE she's a WIE committee, and she's the professor in Kansas University. In 19th September, we have a session on clean energy transition and women in power as change markers by Simara Akai, which she is the co-founder and CCO at Innocence. And then we have the 22nd September, the workshop, which is the role of women in engineering and brighter future by Mercy Shilak, which is Africa Funds Development Working Group Chair in IEEE Smart Village. And 25th September, we have Julia Reinhardt, where the topic is going to be about intelligent artificial and ethics, and she is a Mozilla Fellow and former German diploma. Lastly, we have Jennifer Castillo, the 26th September, and her topic, the workshop is going to be on balance in professional, personal, and volunteer life, and she is territory manager in a Caribbean region at Parker Hannifin. So yeah, so this is all of our WIE track. So our contact details are available on this slides. Just please reach out to us anytime if you need any help, if you need anything to ask about programs or awards or anything. Yeah, that's all. Thank you all and have a wonderful virtual student young professional congress. I hope it wasn't boring. And thanks for everyone who organized it, VSYP. So this year we have VSYP. Yeah, that's all. Thanks.
Well, thank you very much, Wafa. This was an incredible presentation, and indeed, it has been an incredible growth of women in engineering in IEEE Region 8. So after Students' Activities Committee and Women in Engineering, we are now coming to the Young Professionals part of this presentation. The first presentation will be given by Flavia. Flavia Dinca is the chair of IEEE Young Professionals. Well, she's more than that. She has been quite a personal mentor, I would say, for pretty few years right now. I think since 2014, I'm right now having this session from my laboratory at University of Zagreb, almost my office, but yes, my laboratory. And back in the time, I think we had some joint photo in 2014. So it's been quite a road, and thank you for leading us throughout the way, and definitely thank you for leading us through the COVID situation and IEEE volunteering. Okay, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Vinko, and for all your kind words. Thank you, Vinko. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you for being part of the this journey with young professionals. Hello, everybody. Before I get started, I just wanted to say a huge welcome to all of you. It's not ideal that we're not seeing each other in person, but I think having a virtual event has its own benefits. We get to see each other a bit more. We get to interact with a lot more people than we would be able to during an in-person event. So I would just like to encourage all of you to make use of the chat feature, to ask questions, to engage but also to share your ideas and your thoughts and comments, and just use this experience to learn from each other, get to know other people, form collaborations. And one thing we've seen throughout the years is that some of the best ideas for projects across IEEE actually are born during the Regionate Student and Young Professionals Congress. So it's really a really innovative time, and I just want to encourage all of you to let your curiosity run wild. Don't be shy. Don't mind what people's positions are. If you think someone is interesting, just go ahead and chat to them, add them on LinkedIn, send them an email, whatever works for you. And as Vinko mentioned, actually my very first large-scale IEEE event I attended was the Student and Young Professional Congress back in 2014, and that was in Krakow, Poland. And that was right at the beginning of my journey with young professionals, and I just joined the Regionate team, and it was a really mind-blowing event. So I owe a lot to this congresses, and they're very close to my heart. So I thought for today I could just go down memory lane and start telling you guys some of my favorite stories. But I'm not going to bore you with that. So without further ado, I'm just going to quickly share my screen and just give you a short and sweet introduction about the Young Professionals program. So you guys heard quite a bit already that there's students, there's young professionals, there's women engineering, there's all of these groups. But just to kind of clarify what a young professional is within IEEE, that is any active member who's graduated from their first university degree within the last 15 years. So it means that we have a huge mix of people. We have everybody from master's students, PhD students, postdocs, people who are just starting their careers, all the way to people who are 15 years within their career. And some people might stop and think, is that really a young professional? Because after 15 years, you're probably not a young professional, but IEEE thought that why not? We stay young at heart, right? That's our goal. So we're a group of really, really diverse people. We're from industry, from academia, for governments, pretty much everywhere you can think of. And we have a wide variety of expertise and interests. So there's probably something for everybody, but it also makes it a bit more challenging to address the needs of such a diverse group. Now, the thing about young professionals is that it is not a membership grade. So you can be a student member, you can be a graduate student member, or just a regular member, senior member, and so forth. But with young professionals, it's actually a program that is free to join. And if you're eligible, so if you graduated within your past 15 years, you're automatically a young professional. Every time you buy your IEEE membership, you're automatically registered as a young professional, so you don't have to worry about that. If you are interested and you're technically speaking not eligible for automatic membership, you can also opt in. So we do have a bunch of folks who are fellow members or life members, so they're probably in their 70s or 80s, and they still subscribe to the Young Professionals program just because they like to see what we get to do. Currently, we're
Flavia,
over 90. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. We have a black screen instead of your presentation. Could you
Oh. Right. Okay. That's very interesting. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, we can now.
Okay. So I guess it's not going to work as a full screen. So I guess we're going to be stuck with this, but at least I hope you're going to be able to see it. So as I was saying, we have just a bit over 96,000 members worldwide and IEEE-wide. Naturally, the COVID situation has impacted our membership a bit, but we're doing our best to make sure we keep our groups engaged, we keep our members engaged. And this has come down a lot to our local volunteers, right? To our affinity groups, to our volunteers in chapters and sections and so forth. And you're probably going to hear a lot over the next few days, and you've already heard it, and you've probably been told before that young people are the future of whatever organization we're talking about. And that's very true because, right, it's sort of a law of nature, but you won't hear as often that young people, students, young professionals are the present of IEEE or any other organization, which I think is just as true and relevant. It's something that we should mention more often, that IEEE is able to be, you know, this wonderful community because of volunteers like you guys and because of your efforts. Not as much due to my efforts or my team or people at the higher level. It's up to, you know, our local volunteers to actually get people involved. So we've seen so many amazing initiatives with webinars and virtual activities being held. We've seen hackathons, we've seen awards, we've seen video competitions, and all of this is done by our volunteers all over the world. So speaking all over the world, we literally are all over the world. We do have currently over 200 affinity groups. And the way it works, where student branches are based within a university, an affinity group is based within a country or a state or a slightly larger geographical area. So this is why the number may seem relatively smaller, but we do cover quite a bit of space. So things are going pretty great. We do have people from literally north to south, east to west. There should be an affinity group within your area. If there isn't, we would like to encourage you to reach out to us and we can help you set up an affinity group. This is really easy. Together, 5 other people you know, submit a quick online petition and get it approved. And that's pretty much it. You have an affinity group. But we're also everywhere across IEEE in terms of technical interest. So we have representatives in almost every technical society and council, and we've been encouraging them to have more activities relevant to young professionals and to just engage more young people in technical activities like conferences, symposiums, writing papers, and so forth. And this is also one thing I would like to encourage you guys to not stick to your own area and what you're comfortable with, but to also expand your horizons. And if you're interested in something else, in another topic, you can easily go and check out what they're doing. Their websites have a wealth of information. And again, you can reach out to us and we can put you in touch with the right people who can provide additional information. And there's no limit to how many societies or councils you can join. So I would just say, go ahead and give it a try and see what's out there. Quickly about what we actually do as a team. We have 3 focus areas, that is supporting volunteers, engaging members, and promoting young professionals in IEEE. So I do hope you are aware of our event funding and support opportunities. We do provide 3 different types of funding opportunities that also apply to virtual events. Since this year has been quite a new experience for all of us, we are here to provide any sort of advice you might need on hosting virtual events, what sort of tools you can use, and so forth. So again, if you head to our website, that is yp.ieee.org, there is a whole page on event funding. We do have a mailing list set up just for this topic alone, so we do make sure that your questions are addressed. So if you're interested in having some sort of activity, but you're not really sure what could work out, do send us an email and we'll get back to you. We also have training resources for volunteers, of course. And when we look at engaging members, as Kathy mentioned, we do have a brand new upcoming IEEE volunteering platform. There is going to be a session next year with, tomorrow, definitely not next year. It's going to be tomorrow afternoon that will go into a bit more detail about the platform. We're going to show you its features and why we think people should volunteer more. As I mentioned, we're also working with various units across IEEE to encourage more relevant content at conferences, especially for young people, but also for young people in industry, not just academia. And we're also working with getting access for young professionals to relevant materials and lifelong learning. So for example, we did have a whole promotional offer with the ILN, where young professionals got a much more discounted rate for courses available. However, since the COVID situation, they've lowered the prices across the board to all of their resources. We're currently launching a Young Academics initiative that's looking at building new tools and resources for young members in academia and how we can help them kickstart their career as assistant professors, postdocs, and so forth. And then we're always looking for authors to contribute to our impact blog. That's a blog for young professionals by young professionals with short articles on technical topics, career development. And we're also doing volunteer spotlights that are short pieces highlighting the great work our volunteers are doing. And now, sort of behind the scenes and the perhaps more boring stuff, what we do in IEEE is we're actually working on promoting more young professionals to committees across IEEE. So since 2017, we've seen a huge increase with more societies having young professional volunteers, IEEE Board of Directors having a young professional liaison on their board just to make sure that the voice and interests of young people are being heard and the board takes decisions that will be beneficial to this group. We've had a lot more ad hocs that are appointing young professionals. So there's been really a huge improvement on making sure young people are visible and do have a voice across IEEE. As I mentioned, we do support the formation of affinity groups. And of course, we do have an awards and recognition program as well. Actually, our biggest award, the IEEE Young Professionals Hall of Fame, just had its winners announced a couple of weeks ago. So every year, the award goes to 2 affinity groups and 2 societies for their outstanding contributions to their communities. And you can read more about it on our website. I do want to mention the fact that we're currently rebuilding our website, so it's not looking in top shape. But this is why we do have our mailing address, and we do love reading emails from you guys and getting back to any questions you have and seeing how we can help you. This is our team for this year. This is how we looked like at the beginning of the year. We figured it would probably be a bit more cheerful than posting the sort of before and after of the COVID situation. But we do have volunteers from all over the world, from across different technical areas. We do have 2 directors as well serving on our committee. So if you do have any questions really about young professionals in specific or IEEE in general and how you can get involved, please, as I mentioned, don't be shy and reach out to us and we'll be happy to get back to you. And now this was all from my side. I'm just going to pass it on to Vinko, who can tell you a bit more about the Region 8 Young Professionals. Thank you, Vinko.
Thank you, Flavia, for the announcement. Yes, since I'm the moderator, there is nobody else to introduce me, so thank you very much for that. If you have seen Flavia's slide with so many photos and the icons there, Region 8 is one of the icons. And me, myself, I'm one of the young professionals team. And together with all the societies, all the other regions, there is a Region 8. Okay, so just a moment to let me share my screen. At this point, could you please somebody tell me, can you see my presentation?
I can see it, Vinko. Looks good to me.
Okay, thank you, Flavia. Okay, so you have heard about IEEE Young Professionals, and everything applies for the Region 8 as well. So that was this part. So in addition, there is a little bit of the unique part from Region 8, since you also heard that we are one of the largest regions, the largest region geographically. When you zoom it in, you can see that there are 53 affinity groups of young professionals in Region 8. You can see that as a blue color here. Altogether, region has 69 sections and subsections. Last year it has 59. So we were almost 100% covering the region, and now we have new challenges to rise to. Well, new challenges in this area as well. If you see it in the search events, you can see that we cover almost 1/3 of the old events in IEEE, so Region 8 is quite a significant part in that. And Flavia herself, she's also from Region 8, and the chair of IEEE Young Professionals before her, Rafael, he was also from Region 8. So we have a very good tradition, and I'm really honored to be part of it. Not only me, but this is my team, and they are watching us right now. They are also behind the scene. So thank you guys for standing last and this year together, and I hope we will see many more to come. Anyway, those faces between the emails, you can really see them now. If it was a different era, you could have seen them in person as well. And I'm sure there will be a lot of more opportunities to do so. Okay, so this is not exactly what I opened for. You know, when you see IEEE volunteering, you see a lot of good, nice, dynamic things, lots of traveling and lots of meeting new people. And this year is quite different because of that. So what we did, well, what we could do, we tried to make this world into a virtual form. And we did it through two major programs. One is IEEE Region 8 Entrepreneurship Initiative, that's aiming for the tech entrepreneurs, and it's been quite an increase in numbers on that point. It's really hot topic among the younger members, and also me, myself, I'm very involved with my students in this area. So what we did in 2019, we organized something called Entrepreneurship Week. We had 25 events in 20 countries of Region 8, so it's quite a dominant part already from the start. And you can see the photos on the you know, like graphic. And you can also see a tiny logo of IEEE Foundation. This is what's happening in 2020. So IEEE Foundation is supporting us. We are scaling up to the global parts also with the collaboration with IEEE Entrepreneurship, the global one. And right now we are in the status of selecting out of 20 countries, we are selecting 4 of the best sections in their teams to pitch in the finals of the Entrepreneurship Initiative. Good thing the finals are exactly in this virtual SIP Congress, and you could witness it in a few days from now. Apart from that, in parallel, new year is coming, and we do again Entrepreneurship Week, and this time we have 60 ambassadors. Last time we have 25, so it's really increasing in the number. Other part what we did is the program we called IEEE Connecting Experts. I'm sure you could get a glimpse of it, and I'm sure some of your sections or affinity groups already took part in it. So how does it look? We exactly like this, because it's the only thing that it can look like that. But we are also broadcasting it through the social media and everywhere we can, and we are also attracting people from all over the world, both speakers and both attendees. And so far we had held 25 webinars of this kind, and when you sum it up, I just did it today, we have more than 17,000 views of our webinars. So what does 17,000 mean? That means people present in the sessions like you are now, people who watch us over social media with longer than 10 seconds, and people who see this part on the YouTube as well. And right now, we are putting both of these programs and many more experience we have acquired throughout this 2020 year, and we have formed together a young professionals track at Virtual SIP Congress. Perhaps you have already seen it through your emails, and you can see it here as well. There are many IEEE things, there are many entrepreneurship things, including finals, including some workshops, including IEEE things and new programs that Flavia will present. And we have also one technical talk. We have a senior scientist from NASA talking about space exploration, a very popular topic now with a perspective from the technical and engineering part, I would say. As you see, we have cut out a little bit on the technical part, but not because we don't like it, but because the other people are doing that. Most of all, societies, they are sponsoring this event, and together with them, also their young professionals representative. So just apart from the young professionals track, there is a lot more in this Congress. Our part is less than 1/3, so stick around and see what's on, and I hope you will enjoy it. One thing that is really important for us is that we don't do it all ourselves. Our goal is, in fact, to engage you as the members and engage your affinity groups. So this is what we did in 2020 so far. All of these sessions of ours, you can see, for example, like a Swedish little part here. It has been supported so far by 11 different organizational units, mostly affinity groups, but also other societies, IEEE standards, and so on. And this Virtual SIP Congress, we're doing exactly the same. We are bringing the people from local sections. Some of them can meet in person, in fact, because the COVID situation is not that serious there. And they are listed here, and you will also be able to see their part. It is very often containing the young professionals affinity group as well. So what we like to say, it's this time, it's one click to global. So we bring the attention, for example, to one of the affinity groups, and we give them immediately the global exposure. So this is what the Young Professional Network is really about. And back to the Region A SIP Congress, if you can see the group photos from previous years, me, myself, the first one was in Madrid, Spain. It was really an interesting event. I missed Krakow, but then I again joined in Regensburg in Portugal. So in 2020, we really envisioned Gothenburg, but due to everything happening, we are now taking part in the virtual SIP Congress. There will be group photo here as well. We're just gonna call it a screenshot. So in other words, what happened is that the organizers of the Congress, in fact, had to organize 2 Congresses this year because preparations for the Gothenburg one started already in August last year. So 1 year of organization. Then after 8 months of that, we just switched to organizing the virtual SIP Congress. And that is, in the era of COVID situation. But COVID is also the last news. We had also summer holidays in between the 2 waves of the COVID situation. So this is where we took part in the organization. But even more than that, lately, 2020 is really years of wildfires, of earthquakes, and the year of explosions as well. And really make no mistake, the organizing team is really consisted of the people from Lebanon, from speakers from California, and in my case, people from Zagreb as a city hit by earthquake. So the main contribution to this Congress really goes to that guy here. This is a screenshot from the first session with Magdalena giving a talk together with some art. And they both really supported that guy. And the other one who is not here is also Antonio, the next director of Region 8. He was really supporting this event from the start. So thank you all from that part. And besides all of them, there are many more people here, including my team. There are some photos are very familiar, including the Student Activities Committee, Women in Engineering, Adam, our treasurer, and Simai from the Power and Energy Society. So the last part, when you see what really was going on between, this would be a really nice time for clapping to them. Not the loud clap, but the silent one, but nonetheless the equivalent in manner, if not the high one. So thank you all for joining this presentation. This really concludes the session, and you can now switch towards the Sweden section part. I think it should have already been started, but we are just a little bit late running, and this is the first day. We will have 13 more to hang on with and stay in touch. And as Flavia said, write us an email if you have any questions. So thank you, everyone. And that's all from my part. Okay, so back to the administrator in moderating part. So as you have seen, the Crowdcast platform works that you have many parallel sessions. Well, could be parallel, might not be parallel. And you click on the session schedule in the meantime, then you can also join the other ones as well. So I'm just gonna make this session over and you can go towards the Sweden section part. Thank you, everyone.